AITA for giving my stepson a 20-minute time limit to return my car before I call for help. I am a 34F doctor, and part of my job entails being on call for 1 to 3 nights a week, twice a month. My fiancé Dale 30M has been saving with my stepson's mom to buy him a car for Christmas. My stepson Rex 16M has a license already, but always has to borrow his mom's station wagon or his dad's old pickup truck. His mom's car is not his style, and his dad's can only hold 1 passenger. Not practical for a teen. On to the main conflict. Rex texted me yesterday around 12 if he could borrow my car after school. His friends wanted to go to the mall, but the bus route is too long. Could they borrow my car? I texted back a sorry, but no. I am on call again. Can you ask your mom? He says no. I told him sorry, but my answer is still no. I'm sure you will find a solution. Ask your friends, and you can all figure it out. If you see where this is going, you are less shocked than I am. I was up in my home office, the room where I keep my switch, sewing machine, and laptop, so not an official office, when I heard Rex and his friends downstairs after school. I was going to see if they needed anything, but they left after a few minutes. An hour later, I went to the kitchen, cleaning up the empty bottles and wrappers from their snacks. I saw the spot where I left my keys empty. I began to panic. First, I bolted to the door. My car was gone. Immediately dialed my stepson. He picks up, and it's obvious he's in a mall store that plays loud music. I told him to get home now, and he laughed and said that I am not his mom. He'll be home whenever he pleases. I'm not proud, but I told him that he has 20 minutes to get home, or I call for help. Rex panics and said he couldn't find all his friends and drive home in 20 minutes. Told him tough luck. 10 minutes later, I get a text that he is in the mall parking lot and will be home soon. I phoned Rex's mom and informed her of his stunt. She was madder than me when I told her that I was on call. She apologized and promised to talk with Rex and Dale ASAP. Rex came in, threw me my keys, locked himself in his room. Dale finally came home around 8 and said he had been on the phone with his ex. He demanded to know why I punished his son. I put my foot down and explained I am on call. That means I need my car. Rex took my car. Dale disagrees. His ex agrees with me and decided she will not be buying Rex a car anytime soon due to his attitude. Dale thinks that I am making a big deal out of nothing. I didn't end up going into work, so why did I have to threaten Rex? I have only gone in twice this year while on call. Just because nothing happens doesn't mean that I am always clear. Rex is now grounded. Fiancé barely speaks to me. Asks me when I'm going in today. I'm not, and if I will apologize. I am not budging and am still upset he doesn't understand. AITA? Editing because it came up in the comments. Dale is 30 not 29. But yes, he was 14 when Rex was born. Don't get hung up on this. It isn't about teen parents. Rex's mom was 15 when they had him, and is the best mom if you ask me. She's who introduced me to Dale. Edit 2. Now I can see why my friend told me this sub can be a little much. I am very thankful for these responses, but I think I am going to leave the comments now and have a very frank discussion with Dale tonight. Rex is with his mom, so he won't be in the middle or get involved. Kid still wouldn't look at me and called me mean who won't let him get his own car now. Some comments from Op. You think I could have ruined my stepson's life? I could have lost my job because of his selfish actions. If I am on call and don't respond, then someone might be in trouble. Rex's self-centered attitude could have caused way more harm than he realizes. He thinks that I have it easy sitting around waiting for work to call me in. It is not easy. I am constantly glued to my phone to make sure that I don't miss a call. I cannot relax on these days. I am not off or on vacation. I have to be ready to change into my work clothes and be out of the house within minutes. So when I noticed that my car was missing, I could do absolutely nothing. In my head, I was in big trouble. You think this was just a teenage rebellious stunt? It was Rex being entitled. And you defend his actions probably because you are his age and don't understand real-life experience. So your comments are nothing but useless garbage to me. Go bother someone else. 14. Just realized I put down the wrong age. I may not be thrilled with Rex's current behavior, but I don't appreciate you putting parent in quote marks. Update. So apparently, Dale reads through this subreddit on his breaks. He texted me a link to my post during his break. A short time later, I first received a call from Rex's mom, who said that Dale called her and ranted about how I made him look bad online. She told him that she didn't give a hoot, because he did not react the way a good parent should. Dale was so mad that he told her that he would be calling his mother to see if someone actually cared about his feelings. Dale's mother gave him an earful, and reiterated to Dale that he was not an active part in his son's life until he was 6, so he has no leg to stand on. Dale tried to complain about how everyone was being unfair to him. She shut him up and told him that his son did something wrong, and this is not about punishing him for being a bad parent. Dale returned home a little while ago, about an hour earlier than he usually does. He looked defeated, but he was still short with me. Said he was disappointed that I posted, and now everyone who knows will think he's a joke and a bad father. I didn't think this conversation would end up with my ending the engagement and relationship, but it did. The house is all in my name. So Dale is packing up his stuff and going back to his mom's house. The wedding wasn't set, so no money or time lost there. Dale said so many things that I don't even want to write down. This is not the man who I have known for 4 years, and I am honestly shocked at how selfish he is. He said my doctor money would have to buy Rex a car to make up for all of the hard feelings. I am astonished at how delusional he is. I am done with this account and will not be returning. Edit to add that also, the fact he wasn't in Rex's life till age 6 was a huge red flag to me. He never mentioned it and refused to admit it was a big deal during the argument we had when he came home. Story 2. My fiancé almost died in a car accident, and then my MIL told me he made a big mistake. My fiancé almost died in a car accident. That's when my mother-in-law told me he made a big mistake with someone from his past. Now he's getting better, but I feel bad for thinking about ending things. I feel really awful. We were supposed to have a wedding on August 20th with our close friends and family. I, 33 years old, have been with my fiancé, 34 years old, for 6 years, and we got engaged 1 year ago. They have been the happiest years of my life. I thought he was perfect in every way. The accident happened 6 weeks ago. Another driver hit my fiancé's car while drunk. I spent the worst night of my life at the hospital, waiting for news from the doctors while he had long surgeries. His parents and brothers were also there. I've always loved his family, and they loved me too. His mom used to be one of my favorite people, and we got along really well. She was happy to have me as her first daughter-in-law. She's religious, and when my fiancé was really sick, she was worried about his mistakes. So she told me that he made a mistake with someone from his past about 2 months ago. She said it was because of the stress of planning the wedding. Apparently, we were both stressed, and it made him make a bad choice. He said it was a one-time mistake, and he felt really bad about it. He didn't want to tell me because he was scared of hurting me. His whole family knew about it. After leaving the hospital, he went back to his parents' house because our apartment doesn't have an elevator. I visit him every day. I haven't told him that I know, and his family acts like everything is normal. They're just happy he's getting better, which is understandable. They say having me there helps him a lot. Now both my fiancé and his parents are talking about us getting married on the same day. But I feel terrible because I don't want that. Once I found out about the mistake, I felt like our relationship was over. But I stayed because I still love him, and I wanted him to get better. I couldn't break up with him while he was still recovering. I thought the wedding would be postponed, and we would have more time for him to get better so I could leave without feeling guilty. I tried talking to his mom today, but she got really upset and started breathing fast. She said she made a mistake by telling me, and I shouldn't use it to hurt him more. She said he's still recovering and he needs me. I've been thinking a lot since then, and I'm really mad at him. I'm ashamed that even when I was worried about him, I still felt angry and hurt. We were supposed to have our wedding in a beautiful place that he found, and everything was planned out perfectly. My best friend was going to be the DJ, and my parents paid for everything, even though they don't have a lot of money. I don't understand where the stress came from. We planned everything in just a week. I'm so angry, and I've been holding it in since the accident. I'm scared I'm going to explode soon. Update. I told my fiancé that I know about his mistake and canceled the wedding. He still wants to fix things. I wrote here 3 days ago before I talked to my fiancé. This is after I told him I know about his mistake. I started by telling my parents, who are paying for the wedding, about what happened and that I'm canceling the wedding. Hopefully, they can get back some of what they paid through their home insurance. I told them that I'm going to pay for the rest. My dad didn't want me to, but I insisted. It's not up to them. Since my fiancé still lives with his parents, I felt like I would be outnumbered if I went alone to talk to him. Texting or calling wasn't an option because he means a lot more to me than that, and I really wanted to see his face and ask him why. I also wanted him to see how hurt I was. I don't want it to be easy for him. People who make mistakes need to see how much they hurt others and learn from it. I took my mom with me. When I told him that the wedding was off and the reason why, he started crying. He said all the things people say when they're desperate. He was silly. He didn't think. He was stressed. He was scared. He said it didn't mean anything. He regretted it. He didn't want to tell me because he didn't want to hurt me. He asked me to give him a chance to show me he's sorry. He said his parents could pay for the wedding. We could postpone it indefinitely. I could keep the apartment, and he would stay with his parents until I forgave him. I cried so much when I listened to his excuses and even more when I was on my way home. How could he do this to me? He didn't give me a good reason why he did this to me. To us. I've cried myself to sleep every night since the accident, and yet I cried like I just found out. I'm going to stay in the apartment we bought together, and he will stay with his parents. The prices have gone down in the last couple of months, and we both agreed that we won't sell for less than what we paid. But as soon as the prices go up again, we're selling. I started packing his things now, and tomorrow I'm renting a van to move his things to his parents' house. Sorting out his stuff and packing his clothes made it all real for me. I didn't expect it to be so emotional. Why do I still love him so much? He's been texting me, and he called me twice. We talked about normal stuff, but also about us and our relationship. His mom called me too. She said she felt guilty for not advising him to tell me the truth and for telling me without his permission. She was sad that I decided to end things, but she said he would do his best to make things right. I'm a bit annoyed that none of them, including my parents, believe that it's really over, but I don't have the energy to argue about it. I just need some time alone and some peace and quiet.